exactly. So you'll notice is like one of the things it does is the game will really indicate you with the world, where you should be and where you shouldn't be in case you're incapable of pressing the M button and looking on the M button. In that you notice there's sort of spider webs everywhere, so it's like the quest line I believe will also be like there's a gold mine to the west that has been overrun with spiders. So that before the days of sort of the quest tracker, the modern quest tracker, which is like, hey, idiot, go here. This is where you need to kill things. You used to have to actually read the quest, which is just so much work for a video game. That was supposed to be sarcastic. It sounded sort of serious. Charge, smash, and early on this is sort of the pace the game plays. You do jobs and get paid for them, and eventually you graduate up to higher jobs, and eventually you'll get some skills, additional skills from your spellbook here. Victory Rush will be another nice little instant attack, which actually allows us to leech life off of our opponent. Can I cannibalize these guys? No, they're not human. Nowhere near corpses. Smack. Another poison. And you can see early on your health regeneration is pretty fast. It's not something you have to be particularly worried about. Am I getting a bonus from 5% extra damage? I have no idea where that's from. Oh, battle stance. I'm stupid. Alright. So we need 3 of these guys and 1 more little guys. This is sort of something about WoW that I often neglect to really take stock of, because seen one cave, you've seen them all. But is that the world? I mean, this game was made. This game was released around 2006, but the world still does look quite pretty, albeit a little cartoonish. If that's not your style, I understand. But you got a nice little lantern and some wooden planks, and I mean, it adds a little bit of verisimilitude, but that's not exactly WoW's bag. WoW is much more about mechanics and accessibility than it is sort of like a Dungeons and Dragons game that really wants you immersed in the storyline, or Oblivion, or one of the other sort of fantasy style games. There. So now we will kill our last spider. Hiya. So there will be lulls where essentially I'm just bashing on monsters and sort of doing what the NPCs are requesting of me, and I'm gonna try to do my best to fill those lulls with either funny stories or talk about the world that's around me, or even explain dynamics. So like, yeah, what I'm doing right now, and hopefully I'll have enough. We're gonna smack this rat for fun. Yeah. Killing critters really doesn't do anything. It just is fun. So we'll go back to Executor. Talk to him. We're probably not going to take the vest. We'll probably take the legs. You can see sort of to the right of the rugged mail vest shows our scavenger tunic. Oh, maybe it is an upgrade. It is an upgrade. I'm kind of stupid. Leather. Oh, I know what I did. I took the leather tunic. Alright. Well, anyway, we did take that one. The other one was the wrong armor class for us. So he would like us to report to Darnell at Death Knell in Tears Fall Glades. And yeah, there's a new little sword for us there. So we will continue forward with our mission. You'll notice I tend to ignore pathways pretty consummately, and just frolic through the forest, which is, I guess, just personal preference. You'll hear a little bit more jingle jingle coming from our, now that we actually have a male chest plate and not a leather one. Because I'm dumb. So we'll pick the Forged Bastard sword, I think. We could take the short sword, I suppose, but as we cannot dual wield, it is not advantageous for us to do so. And pick up the Forsaken Bastard Sword, equip it. Now we got kind of a new weapon, which here increases our damage. You see, 11 to 14 damage. Now we've got the mighty 17 to 22. So here we have the possibility to get a shield, which we can't equip with a two-handed weapon, and a staff, which is not for us. So we will kill Martial Redpath and 8 Rotbrain. 8 Rotbrain undead. Okay, well. The Heyu tells us to go to the south. Our little Navi here, our Hey-listen. Funny story about Navi. That's what apparently what they call navigation systems in Germany and some of those nations. And my mom heard them say when asked when she was traveling in Germany if she had a navy, because she saw it spelled out not red, and all it made me think of was hey listen, because Navi, the Legend of Zelda fans. So these are our Rotbrain undead, which we have to kill. She's lighting us on fire, which is sort of inconsequential. We're just sort of burning, and we can sort of ignore it. And there's also guards helping us out. They actually don't do anything if you watch. They don't actually hit for very much damage. They just sort of sit there and do nothing. These new opponents that we're fighting actually do have abilities that they'll use, and you'll find that's a pretty consistent theme, that monsters sort of as they become stronger, they begin to sort of use abilities and do more things to you to try and make the game more challenging. It's never really overtly killer the game. These sort of monsters are meant to be killed by sort of a lone pilot like us, whereas later when we get into a party, or if we get into a party, I'm not 100% sure if we can do instances or dungeons on the free account, but we'll find that out as we explore. I don't remember what I was saying. No, the monsters will get more difficult. Yeah, as they get more difficult, you can even see it. We're actually losing some strength, unfortunately. We're not at risk of dying, but we're a little close. It's going to get closer now that somebody's attacking us. Oh, she found somebody else. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to eat these. And you can see we gain life from that, which is kind of morbid. But anyway. So what I'm using is, I'm actually using some hotkeys. One of the things that I noticed that younger World of Warcraft players, or newer World of Warcraft players, and the age isn't really relevant, but younger as in like the newer players do, is they tend to... Don't know where Martial Redpath is. Ah, the skull. He's over there. They tend to use their mouse a lot, and I just don't. I find it too annoying to like swing my mouse down here, then target, then swing a mouse. So I just use keyboard shortcuts. So I'm pressing 2 to target. I'm using the tab key, and that'll target my nearest opponents and toggle between them. So you can see the sort of the red target ring is moving between those two guys. As a warrior, it's important to charge whenever you can. It gives you a very advantageous start to any combat. So here's Martial Redpath. You can see he's got, exclamation points. So he's the guy we gotta kill. His big mighty sword. I think we talked to him earlier and communicated to him that he was undead. I believe Martial Redpath was actually located in Redridge at one time. I seem to remember his name. Ow, he's actually hurting me. Is he gonna kill me? No, he's not. Wow, that was awkward. He started swirling, so I tried to dodge it by walking back, and he jumped on me. So that gives you an example of sort of where the game will take you. And actually, some things have really changed. They used to give you food and drink to start off with, and I thought it was going to give me an opportunity to talk about food and drink, but they don't do that anymore. I miss my beef jerky. I'm a man who loves his jerky. I really do. And taffy. Man, do I love taffy. Oh, man. Thinking about candy, because for you Simpsons fans, or even I don't know what else has he been in. Lots of Tim Burton movies. You got Danny Elfman here, you know, Carl Graves, Samuel Phipps. I don't fucking know who he is. And this dude, I don't know who he is either, because I don't know. Maybe I'm just not that pop cultured. I know who Danny Elfman is though. Circus music. I think he did like some music for Edward Scissorhands and lots of Tim Burton stuff. Anyway, Simpsons. He definitely did do the Simpsons. Bum, 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 bum. He likes that. I think I'm going the wrong way. Nope, I'm not. Danny Elfman, you silly, silly man. Yeah, WoW loves its references. You'll if you read quest lines, you'll get that immediately. World of Warcraft loves to just like make funny movie references, and actually at the end of the game, there's a zone where you spend a whole bunch of time with a guy who closely resembles Indiana Jones. I do believe his name is like something I can't remember, a long time ago, but. Alright, so we'll take the buckler. Is it worth anything more? Oh, the staff's worth 15 copper more. And you can see the sell price under there as I'm pointing at the monitor, assuming that you can see what I'm pointing at. So, Shadow Priest Sarvis would like us to deliver the Scarlet documents to in the Carlton Estate in Fall, which I believe is actually.
What would you ask of death?
Yeah, it's quite the walk.
What
So
is it?
we're on level 5, right? Yes. So we did get a new ability, Victory Rush, which we will go to our trainer. Not in that house. Bad. This house. Right here. And we will talk to
What now?
our trainer, and he will say, look, I have things for you, and it will float down to here. Victory Rush is an ability that came with the second expansion of World of Warcraft. And what Victory Rush does, for the warrior at least, is it allows you, after you've killed an opponent, to strike, I think it's 20 seconds? Yeah, 20 seconds after, to strike a new opponent for 29 damage, and 20% of that damage is generated in hit points. So if I charge the skeleton here, and I smack him to death, you'll notice that Victory Rush will go from being grayed out to, and yeah, SCT gives us a nice little, hey retard, press me. So it highlights, we press it, kaboom! So we heal for 27 and almost kill this ghoul in one attack. And you can see the little pop-up here tells us that Victory Rush is enabled, and this gives the warrior a little bit more speed when killing monsters by himself. It also allows the warrior, you can see we've greatly increased the speed at which we're able to kill those little duders. And this is sort of the ongoing theme of the warrior, is the warrior is very, at least while leveling, the warrior is a very tempo-oriented class. It's sort of like the more you kill, the more you can kill. And the way that the sort of our rage dynamic, our red bar dynamic works is that the more damage you do, the more damage is done to you, the more abilities we can use. So realistically speaking, the only thing to slow a warrior down is his rage and the global cooldown. So here we have another player, and he's got a little pet. So this guy's on our server, and he's a little bit like us, but the difference between, oops, that was the wrong button, us is he has heirloom items, which are these neat little items that you get that level with you. I mean, there's something you can get when you've, oh, this guy has a lot of Skullforge Reader. They put Skullforge Reader in there? Cool. This guy's a lot of them. He's got the cloak, he's got the, well, just some of the items. And they provide you with like a nice experience gain. And you get those later, sort of once you've maxed out your first character's level, and you can actually trade those items between accounts. So they allow you so that instead of looking like Litchi does here, which looks kind of sad with her leather hot pants and heaving bosoms, and her cute little face.